Greetings, everyone. Well, time to take a look at some more goodies I picked up at Walmart's recent summer blowout sale. Man, I got some good deals. So today we're going to look at five, technically, that I picked up dirt cheap for the Sci-Fi Blu-ray collection. Today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Well, first up, you can never have too much Arnold in the collection. This is what I find. I feel that this is a logical conclusion. Because Arnold did some great stuff. You know, he did the Terminator movies, he did the first Predator, he did the Conan movies, even did a movie parodying himself in The Last Action Hero. And he did a lot of great sci-fi action movies, you know, like Total Recall is probably one of my all-time favorites. I just think it's a fantastic film. And well, there's another long-time favorite, taking the concept of game shows to the next level. Because in this game show, you're not fighting for a cash prize. You're fighting for your life. I am, of course, talking about, what else could I be talking about, but The Running Man. Yeah, there you go. I remember a few years after this came out, we started to see a lot of the, so-called gladiatorial game shows, like American Gladiators came out, and roller games came out around the same time, you know, roller derby taken to the next level, sort of. And people were saying, oh, it's the world of The Running Man coming to pass. It's like, yeah, hardly. It's not like people are being killed on TV for our amusement. Yeah, this is a little bit more extreme than what you see on, 80s American Gladiators episodes. So the sort of light social commentary message in The Running Man, I think, is pretty relevant even today. There's a very short summary on the back here. The year is 2019. Oh, it's only a few years to go. And this will be the present. Television is now ruling people's lives. The most popular audience participation game show is The Running Man, where convicts can win pardons instead of parting gifts by defeating murderous henchmen known as stalkers. The stalkers haven't had much of a challenge lately, until Ben Richards, Schwarzenegger, comes along. Dun dun dun! So, there's the premise, and all that matters from then on is Arnie shows up and kicks a hell of a lot of ass. Captain Power fans might want to take note that Sven Thorson, who played Lieutenant Michael Tank Ellis in Captain Power, plays one of the stalkers in this, trying to get Arnie. Pretty cool. So in case you're wondering what I picked this up for, $5. Yep, $5. Brand new, factory sealed. Not too shabby. I thought, hey, $5 for some classic Arnie sci-fi action? Hell yeah! I always found it amusing as well that they had Richard Dawson as the host of The Running Man. Richard Dawson, at the time, had, I believe, just finished an epic-length run as the host of Family Feud. So he was very much a recognized game show host at the time. So it was pretty cool seeing him essentially as an evil game show host in this. Very, very cool stuff. So in terms of special features, it's actually not a bad little package here, especially considering I got it for $5. We have audio commentary by director Paul Michael Glaser and producer Tim Zinnemann, another audio commentary by executive producer Rob Cohen, Game Theory featurette, Lockdown on Main Street featurette, and theatrical trailer. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I should also mention the musical score for this is by Harold Faltermeyer, who did the legendary Axel F., which of course is the theme from Beverly Hills Cop. But everybody knows Axel F., even if they've long since forgotten Beverly Hills Cop. So let's take a quick look inside. No insert, of course, but some nice disc art. Not too shabby. So The Running Man. Can't go wrong with some Arnie. Then we got a more recent film, one that I hadn't really heard much about. I have to confess, I kind of had my eye on this simply because I really liked the cover. Plus, in the summer blowout sale, it was going for only $7 with the slipcover. I am, of course, talking about Skyline. Yeah, sort of a different kind of alien invasion flick. I gotta admit, this was actually kind of a depressing alien invasion flick because the aliens are just so freaking powerful. It's kind of like Cloverfield, but it's not like all home movie footage. But it's kind of like Cloverfield in that it's an alien invasion from the perspective of a small group of people just trying to get away and survive. But it's kind of like Cloverfield if it was mixed with an alien invasion flick, basically, is what I'm saying. So, not much of a description on the back, so I really did get this as a blind buy. All I had heard was from, I think from Skinslip in the chat room, where he basically just said that Skyline was okay, but not great. So I was like, okay, cool. I can deal with that. So the description on the back really doesn't tell you much. It just says, from the visual effects masterminds behind Avatar, Iron Man 2, and 300. Yeah, when all they're hyping up is the visual effects, you gotta be a little concerned. It says, if you think you can hide, if you think you can resist, if you think you can survive, you haven't seen the light. So, what did I think of Skyline? Well, much as Skinslip's assessment was, I thought it was okay, but not great. There were aspects of it I thought were pretty interesting and well done. I mean, the first scene where the alien ships basically rip through the atmosphere and start pulling people off the street, it's pretty spectacular. You know, the visual effects are pretty impressive in this overall. But story-wise, I don't know. It seemed like it needed a little bit more polish to me. So, anyway, it was alright. I enjoyed it. So in terms of special features here, we have feature commentary with directors Greg and Colin Strauss, deleted and extended scenes, alternate scenes, and more. Actually, I don't think there really is much more. I recall there not being a ton of extras on here, and I blew through most of them pretty quickly. So after all was said and done, I got a bit of a sinking feeling when the end credits came on. Not because it was over, not because I wanted it to keep going, but because I saw that Brett Ratner was an executive producer. If you want to know my feelings on Brett Ratner, go watch my X3 Rant. That's all I'm going to say on the subject. So anyway, it has a pretty slick slip cover, which I really like. It's hard to pick up on camera here, but it's got this nice blue metallic sheen to it, which is quite nice. I really like that a lot. And then the main cover is just the same thing without the blue metallic sheen. And if we look inside, we have basically the French version on a reversible insert and some very nice artwork on the disc itself. So yeah, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad alien invasion flick, but you know, it's no District 9, which I still haven't seen, so how would I know? Maybe it's exactly like District 9. I'm sure it isn't. But yeah, it has some pretty good moments. I mean, I basically picked it up as a blind buy because it was cheap. I got this for $7. So, yeah. Okay, so I've saved the best for last. Last, but most certainly not least, a classic 80s trilogy that needs no introduction. Back to the Future, the 25th Anniversary Blu-ray Edition. Not too shabby. Now I should mention this is the recent re-release version, which does not have the annoying clip trays, but it also doesn't have all the package art or slipcover that the original release had. But whatever, I really didn't want to deal with those clip trays. So check it out, just comes in a normal case here. I know you've probably seen a lot of videos about the first release. The only reason I didn't get it at the time was because I was short on cash, and yeah, so they've since re-released it in a smaller package, which takes up less shelf space, and does not come with the useless digital copies. There you go. That's all there is inside. It just has the Blu-rays and nothing else. So, in terms of extra features, what do we got on the Back to the Future trilogy set? Tales from the Future, a 6-part documentary featuring all new interviews with the cast and crew. The Physics of Back to the Future. Deleted Scenes, a Michael J. Fox Q&A. 8 archival featurettes, including the Secrets of the Back to the Future trilogy. Behind-the-scenes stuff, never-before-seen nuclear test site ending, storyboard sequence, original makeup tests, outtakes, production design, storyboarding, designing the DeLorean, designing time travel, hoverboard test, evolution of visual effects shots, designing the town of Hill Valley, designing the campaign, and photo galleries. Music videos, including The Power of Love by Huey Lewis and the News. Audio commentaries with director Robert Zemeckis and producers Bob Gale and Neil Canton. Back to the Future: The Ride. Experience the Universal Studios theme park attraction, including lobby monitor and pre-show footage, and much more. As far as I'm aware, this set does include everything that was on the DVD Trilogy set that was released a few years ago. Plus, it includes all the stuff that was released on the recent re-release of the first movie in the 25th anniversary 2-disc set of that. Plus, it has a lot of new features that are only on this Blu-ray edition. So, very, very cool. How can you not want Back to the Future in your collection? If you don't like the Back to the Future movies, well, I don't know what I can say to that, really. Who doesn't like the Back to the Future movies? I know there's going to be like 10 of you who say, well, I don't like them because they're stupid. Or whatever. So anyway, the Back to the Future trilogy on Blu-ray. I originally passed on it because of the price and having no money at the time. This time around, I did not hesitate for 1 second. As soon as I saw it in the Wal-Mart summer blowout sale, and saw how much it was going for, I could not resist. Now normally this retails for about 60 bucks or so. I think this particular edition retails for a bit less, just because it's, you know, less in the packaging. But you know how much I got it for? $15. Oh yeah. This is why it's a good idea to hit the sales the day they start. Because I went the day the sale started and grabbed all the best stuff that I could find. And this was one of the things that was just a no-brainer. They didn't have very many copies there. They had maybe 8 or so of this going for 15 bucks. And I went back the next day to see if they'd put anything new out or if I'd missed anything the first time around. And all of these were gone. So I was very, very lucky to find this not only for $15, but to actually manage to get it for $15. This was around the same time that Amazon had this set on sale, I believe also for $15. So yeah, it was kind of nice because I wasn't able to take advantage of the Amazon sale because I don't have any credit cards. The only kind of credit cards I get are the prepaid ones that, you know, aren't even in your name, but they let you buy stuff online or whatever. So I didn't have any of those handy that had any cash on them, so I couldn't take advantage of the Amazon sale. So I was overjoyed when I saw that Walmart basically mirrored that by having this also for $15. And yeah, so happy. This is another thing that I used to have in my DVD collection, but sold and have now got back in the collection in upgraded form. So I'm very excited to have this back in the collection. I have not actually sat down and watched it yet, simply because, I mean, I've seen the movies so many times, like all 3 of them. I love all 3 of them. I know a lot of people are kind of down on the second one, but I love the second one. A lot of people say they don't like it because it's too complicated with all the jumping back and forth in time, but I love that. I mean, being a time travel fan since way back, I love that aspect and have no problem following the logic as they jump back and forth through different timelines and alternate histories and whatnot. I think it's great, and I think it's very well done, and all the information you need is there. You just have to pay attention. You know, Doc Brown explains it to you. Just pay attention. It's all explained. He even does a nice little diagram on the board there to show how all the different timelines coexist and interact and intertwine and shoot off in different directions and whatever. Anyway, love it. So glad to have it back in the collection. So, to sum up, some additions for the Sci-Fi collection: The Running Man for $5, Skyline for $7, and the Back to the Future trilogy for $15. 3 titles, 5 movies. Gotta love it. Alrighty, that's it from me to you for now. So until next time, where are you? Oh, there you are. Thanks for watching, and sayonara. So today we're going to take a look at 3 of the Sci-Fi goodies I picked up. So today we're going to look at 3, or actually 5, that I picked up dirt cheap for the Sci-Fi Blu-ray collection. Ow, I bit my tongue. Today on the Multimedia Chronicles. I remember when this came out, Yeah, so this is the Running Man, in which so only a few years to go, and this will be the present. I bit my tongue again. The most popular audience part. Oh. Who did the legendary theme for. Who did the legendary. Yeah. So pretty cool. Let's take a look inside here and. Plus, it was on sale in the summer. Like. It's kind of like. Where he was saying how. He said, yeah, Skyline's not bad. Low budget. It has a pretty slick. Yeah. And I need to switch tapes. We have. Plus, it includes a lot of new stuff that was